Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Broadway musical Redwood. If you don't know, Redwood is about Jessie, played by Idina Menzel, who's a successful businesswoman, a mother, and a wife who seems to have it all, but inside her heart is broken. Finding herself at a turning point, she leaves everyone and everything behind, gets in her car, and drives. 1,000 miles later, she finds herself in the majestic forests of Northern California, where a chance meeting and a leap of fate changes her life forever. Now, normally I would be telling anyone watching this who hasn't seen the show that there will be spoilers in this review, and there will be, but I'm filming this on May 18th, which is also the day of the final performance of Redwood. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen the show, you most likely won't be able to. So if you want to learn about some things that happen in the show, keep watching. With that said, here's my review of the Broadway musical Redwood. One of the main reasons that I wanted to see this show is because Idina Menzel's in it. And to no one's surprise, she was amazing. And I was impressed seeing her climbing the tree. I loved all of the songs that Idina sang, and the most heartbreaking one was No Repair, since it showed just how much pain Jessie was in. A piece of trivia that I love about the show is that the theater that Redwood was in was the Nederlander Theater, which is also the theater that Idina Menzel made her Broadway debut in as Maureen Johnson in the original cast of Rent. One of the other characters in the show is Jessie's wife, Mel, who keeps calling Jessie to try and find out where she is. And I saw the show on May 16th, and I got to see the understudy, Veronica Otim, play Mel, and she was amazing. I thought Veronica and Idina had great chemistry together, and it was sad to see how much Mel wanted to work things out with Jessie, but Jessie wasn't sure. But then it switches at the end, and Jessie is ready to work things out with Mel, but Mel isn't sure. But the status of their relationship is left open-ended since they do agree to talk. I'm assuming the decision that Veronica would play Mel at the performance I saw was last minute, since there wasn't a slip of paper in the playbill that usually says if an understudy is going on, but there was an announcement before the show started. So Veronica, if by some chance you ever see this video, you did a great job. Two other characters in the show are Finn, played by Michael Park, and Becca, played by Kaylee Wilcoxon, who are arborists that Jessie meets, and when she asks them if she could climb the redwood tree with them, Finn is more open to it than Becca is, but Becca starts to realize that it's something that Jessie needs. It showed that Finn took his responsibility for Jessie seriously after he wanted to go back to help her when a fire started while Jessie was in the tree. But Becca convinced him to go back home to his wife and son and told him that Jessie was in the safest place she could be. One of my favorite scenes with Becca was when she called Jessie a Disney princess, and the audience had a great reaction to it, since Idina Menzel is Elsa in Frozen. I also really love the scene when Jessie and Becca lower their guard to each other, and Jessie tells Becca how her son Spencer died. Zachary Noah Pizer plays Spencer, who's Jessie and Mel's son, and he also plays other characters in the show that remind Jessie of Spencer when she sees them. There's a moment in the show when Jessie tells Finn and Becca that Spencer's dead, but it isn't until later when Jessie tells Becca that Spencer died from an accidental overdose, and Jessie wonders if there was anything she could have done to prevent it. There's a moment near the end of the show where Jessie gets a chance to talk to Spencer, and he tells her that the overdose was an accident and that it wasn't Jessie's fault. Zachary's performance of the song Still was beautiful. Before I saw the show, I found out that there were projections on the stage that might be harder to see if you were sitting in the orchestra. So our seats were in the mezzanine, and we were able to see all of the projections on the stage, which were really cool. So I'm very glad that I knew about that in advance. Now, I ended up not going to the stage door after the show since it was pretty crowded, and I had also had a long day before seeing the show, so I thought it was better just to go home. But the entire cast was incredible. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw Redwood, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my future videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.